Before we begin, let's do a quick review of what we have covered up to now. In Module 1, we reviewed some of the underlying concepts of how View works. In Module 2, we discussed switches and power supplies. And in Module 3, we discussed how audio is encoded and made available on the network. Now let's look at how we can make use of that audio. In this module, we will discuss View SpeakerLinks products and how they pick up IP packets from the network and convert them from IP back into audio signals and then amplify those signals. There are three different kinds of SpeakerLinks: the SL9250, the SL251, and the SL254. We'll review each SpeakerLinks model, and we will also discuss IP speakers. The SL9250 is a commercial optimized SpeakerLinks. It supports 2 channels at 50 watts per channel at 4 ohms or 35 watts per channel at 8 ohms. Here's a look at the signal specification for the TI DSP Apogee amplifier. These components allow us to support a 4-band graphic equalizer. The installer does have the option to disable the equalizer to prevent the user from accessing it. The presets allow the user to optimize the DSP for the type of music they are listening to. These presets are optimized by music type, so you have a preset for rock, classical, country, and so on. The SL9250 supports an EIM connection. The EIM connection is used to attach accessories and provide a signal path for a local audio source or for connecting an external amplifier or powered subwoofer. Unique to the SL9250 are RCA and modular connectors specifically designed for balanced line level audio out. The SL9250 is built into a half-rack 1U high chassis, which allows 2 units to fit into a 1U rack slot. Of course, like any View device, it requires a connection to the switch and it needs power. Notice that the SpeakerLinks has a 4-pin power module. You will want to make sure that you wire all 4 pins. The SL251 is very similar to the SL9250 with a few exceptions. The amplifier provides 50 watts per channel at 4 ohms and 40 watts per channel at 8 ohms. It sports a 4-band graphic equalizer and has the same signal specs as the SL9250. The SL251 is typically powered by the PL960, and it requires a PL250 if you're using a local power supply. The SL251 supports EIM products, allowing the same line level in and out features as the SL9250. It also fits into a 2-gang box, so it can be easily installed in a wall, on a surface, or in a rack. One of the advantages of the SL251 is improved heat management. Obviously, an amplifier and a processor generate heat, and the SL251 is designed with several features to better deal with that heat. Which brings up another design note that is covered in more depth in the technical certification training, but is worth mentioning here. Any device with a processor, be it an encoder or a decoding device, will generate heat from its processor. Keep that in mind when you are planning on where to place a device, especially in areas with insulation that may need to be kept away. The SL254 is an interesting SpeakerLinks. This SpeakerLinks includes 4 channels, with each channel rated at 25 watts per channel at 4 ohms or 20 watts per channel at 8 ohms. Much like the SL251, it includes the same 4-band graphic equalizer presets and has similar signal specifications. Its power and Ethernet requirements are identical to the other SpeakerLinks, and it has the same EIM capabilities as the SL9250. But what really makes this speaker stand out is its support for IP-ready speakers. IP-ready speakers are biamp speakers where the normally passive crossover and equalization settings built into the speaker are disabled, and the SL254 handles the crossover and EQ dynamically before the signal is amplified. That's why the SL254 has 4 channels, 2 channels for each speaker, 1 for the tweeter and 1 for the woofer. Having a total of 4 channels allows the SL254 then to drive a pair of IP-ready speakers. During the configuration process, the installer tells the SL254 what model speaker they have connected, and the SL254 uses a specific profile for that model speaker. Currently, Polk Audio and Atlantic Technologies both sell IP-ready speakers. IP-ready speakers provide a great sound, but IP speakers take it to the next level. Polk's IP speakers allow you to install an SN1000 StreamNet card directly into the speaker. where it decodes the IP packets and feeds the audio to an amplifier that is built into the speaker. This removes the need for speaker links, which makes installation simple. You run a Cat5 from the switch straight to the speaker. Check with Polk for more details on how to connect the second speaker and how to power the amplifier. Cabling a speaker links is similar to cabling any other View device. The speakers connect using a modular connector on the speaker links. Be sure to get the positive and negative correct. Power goes to the red modular connector. Since it's a 4-pin connector, be sure to wire up all 4 pins. And of course, Ethernet connection going to the switch links. Cabling the SL9250 is the same as the SL251. Speakers connect into the modular connector. Ethernet and power are connected to the switch links and power links. And in the case of the 9250, if you're using the line level out, you would use the appropriate connector for your application. Cabling the SL254 is a bit different when you're connecting IP-ready speakers. You'll need to wire the tweeter and the woofer on each speaker. You can see that the 2 pairs from each speaker connect to a 4-pin modular connector that drives that specific speaker. This allows the speaker links to drive the speaker's tweeter and woofer as a single speaker. Of course, as we said, the IP speaker is the ideal option for high-end audio applications. The speaker is connected directly to the switch links with a Cat5 cable. Power is handled through a separate Polk power supply, and Polk connects the other speaker using a Cat5 cable from the master speaker. Now let's go back to our arena. In the previous modules, we diagrammed our switches and our encoders. Now we can add in our decoders. Notice that we were able to distribute the devices going into the zones across both switches, allowing us to connect to the switch that is closest to our zone. Time for another quiz. A speaker links, encrypts and amplifies audio, decodes and amplifies audio, encrypts and decrypts audio, or decrypts and distributes audio. The correct answer is decodes and amplifies audio. Our next question. Speaker links will handle analog line level audio in, analog line level audio out, digital line level audio in, digital line level audio out, all the above, only A and B, or only C and D. The correct answer is only A and B. A speaker links will only handle analog line level in and analog line level audio out through its EIM connection. And that concludes Module 4, Audio Decoders. Modules 3 and 4 discussed audio. Module 5 will show you how video is encoded, distributed, and decoded on a View system.